Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Secrets that few people know of Bruce Lee's life, career. Bruce Lee biography, remembered for his film roles and especially his top-notch martial arts abilities. His glorious life and death at the age of 32 surprised and saddened the world. 1. Bruce Lee biography. For those who like martial arts and action movies, the name Bruce Lee is already very familiar. His life was a series of astonishing achievements that everyone admired. However, not everyone is aware of the hidden aspects behind his popularity. So who was Bruce Lee? What's so special about Bruce Lee's biography? What secrets does his death contain? Bruce Lee, also known as Bruce Lee, was born on November 27, 1940 in San Francisco, California, USA. He is a famous martial arts and movie star. To this day, Bruce Lee's legend is still talked about by people, and no one can surpass his success. Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco but grew up in Hong Kong. Since his father was an opera singer and outsourced actor, he entered the entertainment industry at a young age. As a teenager, Bruce Lee joined a local gang and began learning martial arts to improve his self-defense abilities. Along the way, he also tried his hand at dance. These skills helped him hone his balance and flexibility. In 1958, Bruce Lee won the championship in the Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship. Due to family difficulties, Bruce Lee was sent to the United States to live briefly. He lived with his family in Seattle, where he completed high school and studied philosophy while also pursuing a career in television acting at the University of Washington. However, Bruce Lee had not attracted much attention at that time. Everyone only remembers an Asian with martial arts talent on stage. Thanks to the above-mentioned movies, Bruce Lee's name began to become more popular. In a show in the 1930s, the clever and agile Bruce Lee displayed his acrobatic and fighting style on stage. He went on to make guest appearances on TV shows such as Ironside and Longstreet. It is worth noting that Bruce Lee became famous for his role in the 1969 film Marlowe. In the film, written by Raymond Chandler, he plays a famous detective alongside James Garner. As a result of spending time practicing and exercising, Bruce Lee suffered a severe back injury. During his recovery, he used the time he took to care for himself to write. At this time, the martial arts star also came up with the idea of creating the basis for a Kung Fu TV series. Later, due to the scarcity of potential roles and the stereotype of Asian actors, Bruce Lee left Los Angeles for Hong Kong in the summer of 1971. At the end of 1972, Bruce Lee suddenly became a big movie star in Asia. He founded his own company with Joe Horan and released his first film Tornado Cloud. After the success of this film, Bruce Lee's fame became even greater, and his film and martial arts careers flourished. Little-known secrets about Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, as a legendary figure in history, experienced many special experiences that few people know about. In addition to his outstanding achievements, the life of this legend contained many other special things. Bruce Lee did not follow any sect. When talking about Bruce Lee, many people often think of him as a martial arts master. But in fact, he is not proficient in any martial arts. This does not mean that Bruce Lee's training was aimless. Instead, he did not focus on just one sect, but chose to study all sects. Some say Lee only lost one game when he was 14 years old. Bruce Lee knew nothing about martial arts at the time, but he realized he needed to learn how to defend himself. Thanks to fate, Bruce Lee met Ip Man in 1957, became Ip Man's disciple, and taught Bruce Lee Wing Chun. So why didn't the legendary Bruce Lee master a specific martial art? Maybe it's because he was influenced by his teacher Ip Man. However, before completing his training, he left Hong Kong to continue his educational journey. Bruce Lee did not give up martial arts after leaving Hong Kong, but his Wing Chun learning stopped. Thereafter, the martial arts legend trained and created his own martial arts. Bruce Lee created his own martial arts. After leaving Hong Kong, Bruce Lee began teaching martial arts in his own style. He founded the Lee Junfang Kung Fu Center in Seattle. Here he continued to develop his style and eventually Bruce Lee founded Jeet Kune in 1967. This martial art was influenced by Wing Chun, but the techniques and principles were developed by Bruce Lee himself. The Lee Junfang Kung Fu Center is where Bruce Lee opened his first martial arts studio. Here he continued to study and perfect his style. The duel between Bruce Lee and Jackman Wong in 1964 stimulated the development of Jeet Kune. He realized that the martial arts he pursued required victory to be achieved quickly and not last too long. Therefore, Jeet Kune is based on practicality, flexibility, efficiency, speed and physical fitness. Before becoming famous, Bruce Lee started acting as a child. Few people know that Bruce Lee began his acting career at an early age. He started acting in movies when he was just 3 months old. Bruce Lee's first role was as a Chinese child in the 1941 film Golden Gate Girls. At the age of 6, Bruce Lee starred in the movie The Beginning of Youth. By his 18th birthday, he had appeared in 20 films. These are just a few of the secrets of martial arts legend Bruce Lee that have impressed fans. It can be said that no one can surpass the story and success of the legendary Bruce Lee. He did things that propelled the actor's reputation to new heights. Bruce Lee's departure not only achieved remarkable achievements, but also brought him many mysteries that future generations cannot solve to this day about the fight that launched Bruce Lee to legendary status. The secret of the most memorable fight of Bruce Lee's career. As a delegation of experienced Chinese kung fu masters arrived in San Francisco to meet him at his dojo, Bruce Lee. Their purpose was to inform Lee not to teach martial arts to foreigners. If he disagreed, he would have to face Wong, a young martial arts master from the Northern School who had just arrived from Hong Kong. Bruce Lee accepted the challenge without hesitation. Before the game, Wong announced that he would not use his famous kick to prevent Bruce Lee from being permanently disabled. But during the fierce fight, Wong kicked Bruce Lee hard, one of which sent Bruce staggering. Wong immediately flew up and grabbed Bruce Lee's neck, but decided not to attack as his opponent was stunned. After 20 minutes of competition, Mr. Wong suddenly lost his balance and fell. Seeing this, Bruce Lee was about to rush forward, but was stopped by the audience because he was worried that Bruce Lee would seriously hurt Teacher Wong in his anger. At the same time, Bruce Lee's friends said that Master Wong was caught and beaten by Bruce Lee after he escaped. Later, when Bruce Lee confided in his wife Linda, he said that the battle lasted too long and he could not defeat Master Wong as easily as originally calculated. Bruce Lee was disappointed with himself and devoted himself to training. A few months later, Bruce Lee's son was born, and after successfully auditioning for the movie The Green Hornet, Bruce Lee's acting career took the first step. Regardless of the outcome, this is considered one of the most memorable battles of Lee's life. In the movie, the story begins with a martial arts fight between Bruce Lee and Jackman Wong, and then the two team up to fight a gang. Birth of the Dragon was screened at the ongoing Toronto International Film Festival. Bruce Lee's life did not begin with martial arts, but he regarded it as a destiny. Bruce Lee's legendary prowess stems from Tai Chi, taught by his father Lee Hae-kwon, and his many bizarre encounters with luminaries in Wing Chun, karate, taekwondo, Muay Thai, Inner Mongolian boxing, jiu-jitsu and Filipino martial arts. One of the most important milestones in Bruce Lee's career was the teachings of the famous master Ip Man. He was one of the very few martial arts masters in China at that time who emphasized respecting the elements of actual combat and accepting collisions to prove his bravery. He was not as conservative as contemporary martial arts masters. Although Ip Man was not the first teacher, he was the teacher who had the greatest influence on Bruce Lee. He instilled the fire into the legendary Bruce Lee. He traveled, collided, and learned from kneeling down throughout his life. Full stop. And this is also the premise for Bruce Lee to create his own essence, Jeet Kune. Throughout his career, Bruce Lee promoted the values of learning, adapting, and continually applying what he learned, while being approachable. This is reflected in his famous quotes, such as the legendary one about water: "Make your heart invisible. Be like water. Pour water into a cup and it becomes a cup. Pour it into a bottle. If you put it into a bottle, it becomes a cup, bottle." Water can run away or destroy everything. The power of Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune not only comes from his excellent physical foundation, but also from the value of learning. Jeet Kune and its destructive principle, which is to stop every attack intended by the opponent as soon as it does not have enough conditions to form a complete attack, is not a new idea. It was present in every martial art Bruce Lee encountered and studied, from Tai Chi, Wing Chun, Taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu. The idea of retreating exists in every martial art as a way to limit your opponent's ability to attack, and to put yourself in an advantageous position. However, unlike many contemporary martial artists who only practiced mechanically, Bruce Lee recognized the importance of retreating. Common ground: why do all martial arts have this concept? He understands that every action has a starting point and requires speed, distance and other conditions to produce power. If a wrestler cannot position his or her body properly, a wrestling attack is unlikely to be successful. A kick cannot generate power if it leaves the ground, and Bruce Lee, with his brilliant mind, saw the essence of Jet Kung Fu in perfect physical condition and put it in the lead. His own martial arts. With the help of many martial arts teachers and friends, including Danny Santo, whom Bruce Lee respected as one of the founders of Jeet Kune, the essence of Jeet Kune was finally completed, correct, systematic and clear. Bruce Lee's fighting theory.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.